Greetings, viewer dear. I'm Tom.
I'm Ben.
And I am Matthew, and welcome to another exciting episode of Pappy's Flatshare.
Yes, this one was exciting. We had a guest come along and hang with us on the sofa. It was Ania Magliano.
Yes, she's not there anymore. That's the area where she was. That's the spot.
Sadly missed.
That's where she's... Well, but luckily you don't have to miss her because she's going to be appearing on the podcast in just a bit. Tom, if they like this podcast, what can they do?
If I were you and I was watching this and I was enjoying it, then I would think I like this, so I will subscribe to this YouTube channel. Then I'll go out and tell 10 friends about this YouTube channel and ask them to like and subscribe. And then I would go to patreon.com and think, I'd like to support my boys on their podcasting and YouTube journey. And I would join the Patreon and bung them £4 a month.
That sounds good. That's
good.
You know what?
Perfect.
Spot on. Enjoy the app.
I'm a bit worried about that I'm going to age out of this thing that I'm young.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
And it comes at you quite quick as well.
I hate to break it to you. Yeah.
It is a real wound whether it's no longer your thing.
We're just on
really
the cusp of our we're just on the cusp of our not being young anymore.
It felt for ages we were always like, are you guys at university? We were like told that loads.
You said me and Matthew.
They'd be like, you fresh out of university. We're like, no, we're like 26 now. We're like desperate to get rid of that. And then suddenly it was like, oh, now you're old doing it.
Are you at university being professors?
yeah.
Are you hanging around universities?
Yeah.
Are you a mature student? The worst. Did you have mature students who would drink in the student bars?
Yeah,
and be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're 38.
I kind of understand it now, though. Now I'm like, I'm feeling a bit unsure about my life. Maybe I should go back and do
Because I bet they
an
weren't
anthropology
38.
degree.
I bet they were 27.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were like, oh, you sad. But imagine you're 27.
Yeah.
Yuck.
But also they would have always read the materials. So it'd be like, they come in and go, I thought Moby Dick was really interesting and I want to talk about it. And you'd be like, you fucking square. Like, we were out last night. We haven't read Moby Dick. We're going to blag our way through it. And it'd be like, no, I'm interested to join this discussion, which is what you'd be now. You'd go back and you'd be like, oh, great, we get to talk about interesting books.
Would that be what you're like now?
Oh, yeah.
Would it be?
I'm not wearing a backward baseball cap. I'm not going to be...
What's up, fellow kids?
I feel like, I don't know. It could go one of two ways. I think, the intention would be, I'm going to do it right. And then I think, maybe I could be the kind of cool older guy on camera.
Yeah.
I think that's what would be going on.
That famous type.
That famous...
Maybe I could be the first archetype.
Maybe I could I could be one of those guys who buys a leather jacket in their late 40s and it actually works.
Yeah.
Or you'd just be under the misapprehension. You'd be like, I basically look the same as everyone. They wouldn't know.
I've got that really badly.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't think I look my age at all, and it's terrible. I'll see people who are like in their 20s, and I'll think, oh yeah, I sort of look a bit like.
Yeah, we're basically the same.
I sort of basically look a bit like those guys.
I've got eyes. I've got eyes, a mouth, and a nose.
Barely. I've got such deep sunken eyes. I've got sort of 1,000 yards. Yeah.
But they're there.
Yeah.
How many years do you think you've got left of being young?
I'm honestly like,
You're on the
reckon
cusp.
2.
Yeah, join us.
I don't think you skip right to us.
Yeah. Don't worry. Something will have gone seriously wrong.
I really hope there's a middle ground, no offence.
God, are we moving out of the middle ground? We are, aren't we?
You're not elderly.
Thank you very much. Can we clip that up? Is that possible?
We've got everything we need here. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Send it to the BBC.
How old are you now? Are you prepared to say on camera?
27.
You're 27. Ooh. So you reckon 29, you're going to be like, that's it.
I guess 30, when you're 30, you start being like, I'm 30.
Yeah, that's one of the
That's the old cliche.
Yeah.
The old cliche.
You're not going to be the first archetype there.
I tell you what, this is a fun game, okay? I'm going to give you an age and you tell me what that person would say in relation to their age, okay? All right. Start with an easy one.
Yeah.
19.
I'm 19.
Yeah, you know, this is a good format. This works here.
I'm still a teenager.
Oh, do people are there 19-year-olds going, Oh, not going to be a teenager for much longer.
I think 19 wants to be in 20.
I'm nearly 20. So let's go with that. I think you'd say I'm nearly 20.
It's the problem with age, isn't it? You spend all your younger years wanting to be older, and then suddenly,
No.
do you ever reach the age?
By the way, the oldest man thing I've ever heard. The thing you don't understand this about when you get to my age.
I'm basically one of you.
Father time over here.
Don't wish your life away, young sprite.
Early 30s you want to hold on to for a long time, I think. You hold on to early 30s until 36.
I'm still hanging on to my early 30s. And I'm 45.
You go from, I don't think you say I'm in my mid 30s until you're 36, 37. You shuffle that down.
Yeah.
You want your mid-30s to last for a while.
Yeah. So what am I? Early 20s?
You're mid 20s.
Mid to early 20s.
You're
I'm going down.
You're very, very late teens.
I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah, you're a 20-something. 20-something does a lot of work for you. I'm a 20-something.
I'm a 20-something.
There's charm to that.
Ooh.
I'm in my 20s.
29-year-olds use 20-something. I don't think.
Yeah, does it kind of give it away?
I think
I'm
you
a
are.
20-something.
Yeah, I think you're giving it away. Yeah.
The other day, I've just forgot my age and I said I'm 20.
You can't forget it that much.
I honestly, I was in a situation where I was really taken by surprise and I said I'm 20. And then about 3 minutes later, I was like, oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah. I had that the other day in the skate park. I just forgot my age. I said, yeah, I'm 18. Anyway, watch me do this ollie. What was the context? Why were you so rattled by someone asking your age?
Oh,
were you filling in a form or something? What's going on?
it was a question from someone that I respected. And it took me by surprise.
Not on this podcast. Then.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very relaxed here.
Yeah, you couldn't have looked more relaxed when I asked how old you were. Oh, yeah, I'll answer that.
Have we started?
I don't know. Have we started? Have we started?
It's your podcast.
Yeah, we started.
I think we might.
I think we finished actually.
Okay, great.
very, very happy with that.
This was a clip. You got me to come do a clip.
Come do the one clip.
I'd love to do one clip.
I've started rounding up. I recently have said several times I'm 45, and then I clocked myself and was like, I'm not yet.
What are you?
I'm 44, but I'm 45 in December.
You're a very
I've just
believable 45.
I've started rounding up.
Yeah.
I think 44 is such a good age because I think that's what I remember my dad being.
Yeah.
That was like my dad's 44 and he's sort of got a job. He still does, but like...
I would say that's the problem here because, yes, Tom may be 44, but there's just
Crucially.
a little bit of the bargain he hasn't quite got his hands around.
But I think...
Dad's 44 and he's a podcaster. That's a slightly sadder proposition.
That's a sad start to the diary entry. Dear diary.
just found out Dad's a podcaster. 40. Yeah, I round up. I don't know why I've started doing that. It's not for kudos.
Do you like the number 5?
I like that. I like the roundness of it. I like that you go. I'll stick to 45 until I'm 50. Just do it in chunks.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what? Instead of being 41, 42, you go 40, 45,
Yeah.
50.
To be honest, I do think that a lot of the mid numbers are a bit of a faff.
Yeah.
Like once you hit 35, it's a bit of a mush, to be honest.
Yeah.
23, it was a waste of time.
Yeah. Forget that. Bin that off. We could bin off a load of ages, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think they're probably the higher you get, the more you've been off. So when you're younger,
So what, when you're 80, you're 100? That's what you're saying. You may as well.
No, you're 80 till you're 90. And it's like,
yeah,
Yeah, if
how old's
you make
Nan?
it that long.
She's 80. And then she's 90.
Yeah.
Great. I don't think you need the in-between bits.
no.
Is this just a way of like not having to see people all the time? You don't have to go to any birthday parties. I'll see you in 10 years' time. It'll be 90.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm happy to bin off lots of birthdays. Like my own birthdays now, until they're landmarks, I'm not interested.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to put other people through my birthdays. I don't get anything from my birthdays.
No.
It's like,
in fact, it's bad when people do stuff. They're like, "What do you want to do?
What do I do for birthday? Why? Because I'm 43. Like, no,
Have a house party, I think.
you'll learn.
I love having parties, but in theory, and then they happen, and then I'm like, oh, this was a really bad idea. I've had an awful night because I've spent the whole time asking everyone else if they're having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the reality of
there's a lot.
hosting.
All
isn't
day,
it?
you're getting text messages from people who are saying, "Oh, sorry, won't be able
Yeah,
to."
yeah.
Or try and make it after the 3 other parties I'm going to that I clearly value way more than you.
Yeah.
Then there's that horrible bit when the party's officially started, but no
one's there. And you're like, no one's going to turn up.
Why
This
have
is
we
so
moved
embarrassing.
furniture? This house looks bare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're about to put it, like we're about to move out.
And then a couple of people arrive, and then that's worse because now it's a poorly attended party,
Yeah,
whereas
yeah,
before it was
yeah.
just no party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No party you can deal with.
You and your partner panicking in the house is
Yeah.
fine, but like you and your partner and another couple panicking in the house.
That's it.
Who've come there, they're like, oh,
Then you start drinking too much.
Mm.
You start panic drinking.
I mean, I've too many people have turned up. That's what. What is this? Where's everyone going to go? Where's the overspill?
I should have hired that warehouse.
I really can't. I can't get on board with any of this.
What was the last party you hosted?
I hosted a birthday party this year where I rented out a cinema, which was, I thought, quite a stress-free. I thought that would be quite stress-free because small screen,
What did you show?
27 people. What did I show?
Yeah, did you show one of your specials?
One of mine. That's so kind of you to say.
It's what you
I
need.
showed my Chortle final on repeat,
Yeah.
2 hours, and I got notes from everyone, and I'm really looking forward to entering again. I showed.
You invited 27 people because it was your 27th birthday.
No, I didn't even think of that.
Whoa.
Fuck, I'm going to have to send a message to the WhatsApp group now. I screened Cats, the musical, original London West End recording.
Oh, wow. Is that Elaine Page?
None of you know what to say.
Yeah.
No, yeah, very confused by that. Why?
Because I watched it every night as a child when I was like 2.
Oh, so you're having a breakdown?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
fine,
right,
okay,
right.
right, sure.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I've had a
right.
breakdown before. Yeah, it took a different form, but yeah, I know, you're having a breakdown. You
Yeah,
couldn't
it was quite
handle the fact
expensive
you were turning
breakdown.
27 or turning 28 or whatever it was, and you were like, I'm going to go back.
Well, no, it's just one of your favourite things, and you want to put it on.
So it's probably a mix of the two. I think I was like, I want to have a party, but I don't want the stress of like everyone standing in a bar. What if everyone's watching a film? Because I really like when you're with friends all watching, talking over a film, but it has to be a film that doesn't have any plot, which Cats the Musical really comes through in that regard.
Yeah.
It's completely talk overable. You don't miss anything. And people actually, basically, I was sitting in the cinema with friends and people would talk, people would make jokes, people would ask me what was happening. I'd say, don't worry, you've not missed anything. Absolutely nothing's happened. At one point,
does Jellicle mean?
Lara Rakote asked if one of the cats was a mouse. That got a huge laugh.
And when you watched it a second time, were people sort of going, oh, good, because I had a thought, but I didn't say it that time. I'm going to do it. I'll wait for it to come back around.
Wait, we didn't watch it
I think
twice.
you had it on repeat.
Oh no, that was my joke about my Chortle final.
I see. Sorry. Yes. I'm old.
Cats the musical.
That's musical. You got to watch it 9 times.
Yeah, that playing on repeat as well.
Imagine if you made people watch Cats twice for a birthday.
That's genuine. That's why I thought it was a breakdown. I thought you were like, so we're going to sit in a
we're
room.
gonna go try
Cats is going to
through.
just keep playing
Yeah.
until everybody leaves.
Like a modern art exhibit, like Yoko Ono exhibit.
Bizarrely, everyone left halfway through the first showing. So it was fine.
One person did leave halfway through. She had to go to her own gig, which I did think that was fair enough.
Yeah.
That I did allow. But honestly, people loved it.
I think it's a great way to do a birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to the
Yeah.
pub afterwards. And everyone
nice.
said that was fun.
And
And I
you've got
felt
something
amazing.
to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, is because I think going to a party where there's no common thing to talk about is actually like not as good as going to somewhere where it's organized fun, and then you can at least be like, oh, we've all got to do this bit of organized fun now.
Yes.
Have you seen Cats?
It's like, it's like a sort of team away day.
Yeah,
Then it's
that's
like
what I
that.
want my birthday to be like.
It's either build a raft out of these old cans.
Particularly when your only conversation starter in life is, have you seen Cats?
Cats.
Which is yours.
Yeah, yeah.
So to make sure that your time in the pub afterwards is enjoyable, you just make sure everyone has watched
Yeah,
Cats.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you
You
have
have
a nice
seen
time.
Cats.
Yeah.
Question mark?
And in the pub, they're playing Cats, right? On the screens.
Oh, if only. They didn't have that, but in the cinema, there was like a bar area in the cinema and they put the Cat soundtrack on for us afterwards. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of organised fun though, I'm trying to organise a sports day for this weekend.
Ooh, okay.
I guess I love hosting
Yeah,
stuff,
it turns out you do.
but I hate it as well.
I did that for one of my birthdays.
I was going to
Did you?
say.
Did a sports day in the park.
Yeah.
And there were so many injuries. People had to be.
But that's because everyone's in their 40s.
evacuate.
This is young people. They'll be all right.
that's true.
They don't even need to.
It really felt like
This is
that. It
mid to
really
early
felt like,
20s.
oh, okay, that I can't ever do this again. Because but it really felt like.
I think you're into a lot more admin immediately hosting a sporting event than putting on a film.
What are your plans for it? What?
And if they don't involve the phrase St John's Ambulance, you're in trouble.
I'm hoping St John's Ambulance will race. We'll get a few St John's Ambulances. They'll race across the pitch.
St John's Ambulance versus the Red Cross.
We've got to be
Run through
talking.
their vans.
We've got to be talking rounders.
Oh, I hadn't actually thought of rounders.
What?
I kind of was thinking more games like.
No, Rounders is a game in itself, I think.
Yeah, that's like a sports day is like egg and spoon.
Three-legged.
Find the
sack.
P.
Find the
what?
Find the P.
Yeah, find the P.
Stack of
I
mattresses.
thought you might I thought you might catch me out on that one.
What's find the P?
So one of my friends hosted a sports day a few years ago, which is what gave me this idea. And
This is the same friend who had the cats party about 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it?
But she only made them watch it once.
yeah, I had to go hard.
One up the ship every
That was a
time.
mistake.
And this year we're going to be finding a lot more peas. I can tell you that.
Let's find the bag of peas this time.
He came up with this game, which was he just scattered some peas in a square, and then everyone had to find as many peas as they could.
That's good, man. I like that. Yeah.
It's actually like that's one of the ones where it's like
I'm
start with
sorry,
something
what?
silly.
Yeah. I think I'll be Tom on this one.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna lean in the opposite direction and say I'm sorry. What the fuck?
What's your question?
Do you have to like take them out with chopsticks or something?
Oh no, you pick them
or-
up with your fingers, which are like chopsticks, I guess.
Nature's chopsticks.
Is that how you understand your fingers?
Nature's chopsticks.
Nature's chopsticks. Pick them up with your fingers, put them in a cup.
Is this?
But you're competing
Are
in
we talking about
teams.
like 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds?
No, we're talking mid to early 20s.
I'm out. I'm out.
Really, you don't want to find pea?
I don't want to find peas in a square. How big's the square?
Pretty big.
So you're talking like a geography field trip?
Oh no, probably about as big as like a square that's medium size.
Oh, okay.
A big medium one.
Yeah.
Right,
It's quite
Big
big.
to medium.
I'm back on board.
No, geography field trips where you used to chuck a square on the ground and you'd have to document what was inside the square.
What flora and
That's right.
fauna you found inside. Yeah.
That is more fun than what you've just described, which is go into a square and pick up peas.
I wouldn't mind a geography field trip.
The geography field
That's
trip.
quite a
that-
good idea.
That was great.
Yeah.
You've
Maybe
got a
I should
birthday coming
pivot.
up, Clarky.
Yeah.
We're in birthday season.
Go to some Widlands.
Go to some Widland.
Widlands.
Where's some Widland? Is
you
that,
right?
is that in Sweden? Some Widland. Welcome to some Widland.
Wait, is it St Widland's Day already?
No, some
Oh my
Widland.
God, we've got to check. We've got to check what Punxsutawney Phil's done.
Happy St Widland's Day.
That's when one day was set, isn't it? So Woodlands.
St Widland's Day. It's all set on St Widland's Day.
Get too old for the shit.
Okay. So we're going to the Wood.
Go to the Woodlands.
Yes.
You're
Did I
just
say it
You're
again?
still saying it.
Did I really say it
It
again?
was closer, but it was pretty much the same.
Still not there.
try swapping out the eyes for a couple of those.
Now, is this
thank you.
Woodlands in the Midlands? Is that what you're going for? Is it because you're from the Black Country?
Yeah, that's it. I have a little,
Say it one more time.
Try it one more time.
go to the Woodlands.
The land of the
Woodlands.
The
woods.
Woodlands. And yeah, find a bird.
Was that?
Wait.
Now this is so bad.
Did you
We're
go
not
to
the worst
school?
party planners in the history of the world? Find a pea, find a bird, watch cats. Jesus Christ!
This is how we find out you never went to school. You find a bird.
It tracks.
You find a bird in the woods.
The guy who can't say Woodlands.
Go
If
to
you're
the
put in a
woods,
square-
find a bood. Pardon?
It's the worst Scandi drama I've ever watched in my life. Someone's got to get murdered. But I was going, if you're putting a square on the
Brodge.
ground and the thing in the square is a bird, that's not the ground.
I thought, a few different things, kind of like you get a list of.
Oh, like a kind of bingo thing. It's like
Yeah,
you're sort of trying to-
little-
Again, we did that for my 4-year-old's birthday. Well, like what we're describing here is like that. Find
Do
a
you not
pea.
think there's something in sort of finding that childhood joy and curiosity
think
in
so,
life
yeah.
and returning to it?
I think as a last ditch, I think this is like last case scenario. I'm saying when
that's
you're in
Ania's party
when
planning
you're,
company.
when you're in your 80s or
Last
90s.
case scenario.
This is bucket list stuff.
Yeah.
And by bucket list, we mean put a bucket on the ground, fill it with peas.
When I'm in like my late 80s or 90s is like, yeah, wheel me to the window and make me point at birds. So like, put a fucking saucer in front of me and tell me to pick up a pea because it takes me 10 minutes.
It's like put a bullet in the back of your head.
No, whilst I'm in my 20s or 30s. Thank you very much.
You're not in your 20s or 30s.
Categorically not.
Well, someone's just lost their invite.
So go on, sorry. You're going to play Find the
Oh,
Pea.
please don't make me go back to.
No,
great,
don't worry,
okay,
don't you worry.
me?
Yeah. I'm not going back into the woods with you, mate. Back into the woods to play Find a Bird? No, thank you.
Find a board.
Is it timed? Is there a time challenge?
There'll be
here?
a time limit to it. Yeah.
So it's a bit like the end of the Crystal Maze where you got to grab the money.
I haven't seen that, but I imagine they reference Find the Pea. They use Find the Pea as a reference. point.
Yeah.
It feels like a sort of very small scale traitor's mission. It's got
Yes.
something along those lines. You're kind of working together. I think I like it. I think it sounds like
How are you working together? Find the Pea.
because you're in teams, aren't you?
You're in teams. You're in
That's
teams.
how you
one.
work together.
Yeah, but that's not working together, is it? Like I'm picking up a pea. I'm not going to go, quick, grab that pea there. What the fuck?
No, but you're
Oh,
all
look at a pea and pick it up.
You're all
working
putting it in the
teams.
same cup.
Yeah, you
Put it in the same cup. Have you heard yourself? Christ alive.
Why is it winning me over?
Do you know what I do? Stick 2 peas up my nose, hit the table.
Everyone gets that.
Everyone gets
Did you say AIDS?
A's. Oh no, that's pretty bleak. That would be pretty bleak.
That would be a sad party, wouldn't it?
I was laughing along, but I thought I'm not sure I condone this joke.
Anyway, guys, clip that up.
So I don't know what other games I will have, but I'm quite open to ideas if anyone has any
Pea and
ideas.
spoon race.
Pea and spoon race.
They should all be pea
Basically,
related.
I've got some peas I've got to get rid of. I'm working backwards from that.
Tug of war.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. I don't have a big rope though, so it's gonna have to be peas.
It'll just have to be.
Tug of peas.
What about?
You've got a bag of peas.
Peas of
Work
war,
together as a
peas of
team
war.
to pull the bag of peas.
So, do you have a small rope for the three-legged race?
I have a shoelace. Oh, for the three-legged race. No, so I
think-
haven't planned
think
anything
number one,
other
get
than
to a
the
rope
peas.
shop. I think what we're learning here, I think you want to get a big rope.
Is there a rope shop?
Skipping.
Oh, I do skipping. I did skipping this morning on a rope.
But big
As opposed to
skipping.
meals.
Big skipping. See how many people you can have skipping simultaneously.
That's a really. Oh, I'm going to need a huge rope.
Yeah.
Where's the rope shop?
Where's rope?
Where's
shop?
rope shop?
Google, where's rope shop?
Quick and quick.
Hey Siri, where's rope shop?
Where's rope shop?
Have you got Alexa here?
No.
Here we go.
Hey Siri, where's rope shop?
You don't have any contacts sharing their location in the Find My app.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, a bit embarrassing to find out I'm a social pariah. This is why I can't have parties. Anyway,
Big skipping.
Big skipping
Big
is
skipping.
really
I'm big
nice
on. I'm
idea.
big on board with big skipping.
Great.
Yeah.
Big
You can
skipping.
spend, you can spend a good half an hour doing
Capture
a
the
big skip.
flag.
yes.
That's quite fun. That's one my friend
Depends
suggested.
on it depends on the site, I suppose. Do you need? Dare I say it? Whittling.
Well,
See people.
my planned site is Victoria Park, which definitely does have a tree or two knocking around in
Yeah,
it.
it's massive.
Right, so that's
Yeah.
a big place. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's, and sorry, just to get, what's the date of the just Victoria Park?
Saturday.
6 days time.
This Saturday. Do you want to come? Please come.
We're free.
It's just going to be us four.
Can we bring our kids?
It's just going to be you three.
18 bags of peas.
You can bring your kids. So my friend who organised this a few years ago did it for all his friends and their kids. There were about 2 kids and about 40 adults. And I think the kids got quite upset. 'cause
Yeah,
they were
a lot of
losing.
injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't organised it I already tried to organise it a couple of weeks ago and then couldn't organise it in time. So I've moved it to this date. So I can't organise it again. So it has to happen. And so far, I don't know anyone who's coming. No one
So
said
it's
yes.
going to be you trying to do a 3-legged race with yourself, holding a bag of peas.
I'm going to have to use one of my arms. Tie myself up like a chicken. Trust myself.
Just trussed up in the centre of Victoria Park.
All the people doing park run going, is that girl all right? Should we stop? Is she in trouble?
That's how I get them in.
Escaped a kidnapper.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm quite worried about that now.
Yeah, you should be. You really should be.
Who's some lonely people who I could get to do it?
Comedians.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Surely you feel like...
Could you tell people it's a pilot?
Oh, that's such a good idea.
That's the way to do it.
That's a really
guys, have you
good
seen
idea.
Audition? I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, it's like an office run-through.
What's Audition?
The movie Audition.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, don't. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Tom,
Do they play rounders in it?
No. But Ben, the reason it's called Audition is because it's based on the idea of auditions. I think if you hear Audition, you don't think, oh, it must be the horror movie version of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why I never get any parts.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never turned up to
I'm
an
not showing
audition.
up to that. He'll use cheese while on my feet.
What
But yeah,
about-
that's it. You could...
Yeah.
I think another way you could go is offer a cash prize. You go, we're having a sports day, 75 quid to the winner.
How desperate would that be? No one said anything in the WhatsApp group. 2 days later, guys, it's going to be £150 cash prize if you show up.
I'm not above paying you to be my friends.
Or like, think about like, is there people you could ask to donate prizes, and then it's like there'll be prizes.
That's
So
a really
people
nice
donate
idea.
Prizes, and
Maybe
everyone
this
can
should
win
be a
prize.
pilot.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a
Zeppotron are going to be all over this.
Yeah, this feels like... I feel like, comedians doing sports day, surely somebody's doing that already. Surely.
Well, Alex Horn, kind of.
Yeah, to all tell him it's Taskmaster.
Should I say this is a new season of Taskmaster? It's open audition,
Yeah.
and I'm casting it.
Yeah, there you go. Do you do escape rooms and things like that?
I do. I hadn't done them for ages. I was quite critical of them without having done one. And then when I supported Ed Gamble on tour,
Right.
he took me to my first escape room, and I had so much fun that we came out and instantly went in again and did a different one.
Wow.
It was electric.
Like watching Cats.
Yeah. You got to do it twice.
Got to double up.
You got to double. Do you like escape rooms? I bet
Never
you
done an
don't.
escape room.
Have you not?
Never. No.
You're kind of doing one now in a way.
I mean, I think I'm up for it, but I just don't think I've ever been in a situation
In a friendship
where
group.
So we go on them all the time, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've done loads, us three.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Get out the pee. Hold on.
Well, with the first time, I used to do them a lot. I used to do them, like pre-kids, I did a lot of escape rooms. And the first escape room we did with our friends, they had to come in to us like about 10 minutes in and go, guys, this isn't even the escape room. You're in like the sort of ante-room before you get into the escape room. You've been like looking for clues all over the walls and like you've been taking posters off the walls and stuff. This is just the room where you sort of go in. There's a key that key unlocks that door, and inside there is the escape room. You've wasted 20 minutes of your 50 minutes that you've got, so you really have to get a move on. We were just so like we got really in our own heads.
Yeah,
like everything must be a clue.
Yeah.
You go to escape rooms and there's so many rules that are purely based on people who've overthought things. Like, please don't dismantle the furniture.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
please
So
don't.
stop taking these off the wall.
None of the clues are like glued to the wall in
Stop-
a way that you're going to have
yeah.
to yank them off. You
Stop
know,
opening the staff up.
Yeah, I went to one with someone who they found a book of baby names and they were just obsessed with it. And they took it round with them the whole room. And it's like, it's nothing to do with that, but you just put down the book, please.
Yeah, you really think, but also you can see from previous people who've like, it's always those book of baby names like got loads of pen marks in it from other people who've like smuggled in a Sharpie and they're like, right, I'll make this note here, and they've had to like just score it out because people are.
Yeah. It sounds too intense for me.
It does bring out a really intense side of me, I've found. Like, I think it's quite a fun activity to do, but I really turn in there. I get quite like, don't fucking mess this up. Like, we got to go.
Yeah.
It's cool, produces quite bad energy from me, I think.
Is it ever better than just being in a pub?
Yeah,
I think is my
so.
question for a lot of these things.
Because you're so mentally present. It's basically like meditating. It's like a mindful activity.
I'm very present in pubs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm right.
So you're not-
Yeah.
I'm right fucking there, man.
Mentally, he's present in a pub right now.
It's like, what if we took away all the clues and the fact that you're trapped in a room and you just replaced it with like a table and like beer? You'd be like, oh, okay, I'm interested now.
But then when you pick up the beer, it opens a door.
No.
Oh.
But you just drink the beer and then it opens a door in your brain.
To talk absolute shit for 3 hours.
The deluge door.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, I'm sure if I tried one, I'd probably have a good
could see
time.
you getting into it.
Yeah.
I think I can see you really thriving in there. I think you might finally find your home.
Finally, we've all been
Finally.
We've all been talking about it.
My
Tom.
thing is escape rooms is what it is all I was after.
I think you guys could design an incredible escape room. I'm not afraid to say it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think the escape rooms with like a sort of scare maze element, you know, like I saw this escape room on YouTube where like there's like a zombie that like every sort of 2 minutes the chain gets a bit longer. So the zombie's getting closer and closer to you. But that would be me, and I'm about to tell you an anecdote.
It's Anya, and when she gets to the end of her chain, she presses play on Cats the Musical, original West End recording. You have to get out there before you watch the start
You've
of
got to
Cats.
find all the peas.
please.
Director's cut, Snyder cut.
Memories.
You have to translate my words.
That sounds really good. We're all laughing, but I think you just said an amazing idea for an escape room.
These are
So
good
it's like
ideas,
mundane escape rooms, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's escaping the humdrum of your daily life.
Yeah. So it's like,
Good.
that door's going to open and Clarky's going to emerge and tell you about his camping trip, unless you can solve this code. And it's like, oh my God. And you can hear him behind the glass going, oh, well, the thing is, and you're, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like-
Yeah, oh dear. That sound means you've awoken the mortgage advisor.
Yes.
Yeah. He just comes out. He's got his tie on.
You
It's
have
like,
to do your tax return. Quick, he's on his way. Oh,
self-employed
no.
and no pension. I think we better sit down. You're like, yes. I think that's good, actually. Yeah.
I think that I can't sort of be funny because I'm thinking you need to patent this.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a funny escape room. That's a really good idea.
I feel like it's no one doing that up in Edinburgh. That feels like the sort of thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
someone should be doing up in
Well, I
Edinburgh.
haven't got any material for my whip, so
So there we go.
if you wouldn't mind,
It's going to be an escape room
a
in progress.
Whipland. Is this
my Whipland walk show. But you know, I got a comedian said to me that, as a joke, but
How
don't
old are
say
you?
whip.
Sorry.
So the whip has come about new. He
Yeah,
said,
well, we didn't call them.
you called them work in
We
progress.
called them work in progress.
Work in progress,
Whip is
yeah.
very new.
Really? Because
Yeah,
you didn't know about, you could call it whip. You didn't know about letters.
It was pre the whip nay nay craze.
You didn't abbreviate
I think that's
back
where it
then.
came from.
Really?
You gave words
We
their
just called them
full-
boo fests. Just crowds jeering at us.
I thought we were back to scare mazes then.
Yeah, I
like
thought-
Boo Fest.
I was thinking
Are
ghosts.
you trying to say the word buffet? Is he trying to say the word? He's trying to say the word buffet.
Don't call them whips. Yeah. I don't think we even called them work in progresses either. We called them previews back in the day. I actually think work in progress came a little bit later on as a thing.
Because
How did
life's a
someone-
work in progress. Every show's a work in
Yeah.
progress.
Shows a work
isn't
in
it?
progress.
Yeah, well, up until a point. Up until you get a bit bored.
You should really have. Yeah.
Up until day 2 of Edinburgh when you think there's no saving this.
It's just a script that I'm not that much confidence in, really. I'm just going to have to keep doing it a bit louder each night.
But your stand-up show as an escape room, as a thing running through it, and it's like over the course of your set, you unleash different
Wow.
codes, and then by the end, you can leave the room.
The audience can escape.
yeah, it's like
They're
the
trapped.
audience. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you can have a moment of who's trapped in here with who.
Yeah.
That kind of Rorschach
Ooh.
moment.
And yeah, that's great. I love that. And it's like they're trapped in your mind.
This would be
There's
quite a
all
huge
anecdotes and
pivot
stuff.
from my sort of anecdotal style.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what I need to do. People will be like, she sort of usually tells stories about her life, about her family. This year, you're in an escape room with her. She's clearly having a breakdown. 5 stars.
Yeah.
Here's how I feel about birthday parties now that I'm in my 40s. Is like, if I want to go and see fucking Matilda the musical, I will. I just don't have to wait for it to be my birthday. And if I want some new
Oh,
trousers,
shit.
I'm going to buy some.
Someone's a baller.
And I don't have to wait until... Yeah, that's right.
This is what you're saying.
He's got a bit of
I'm
money in his
saying.
new trousers.
I'm going, I need some new trousers. I'm going to buy... I'll buy
To
them
watch
before
Matilda
then.
in.
I'll put on my big boy trousers and march myself
When
down
I
to-
grow up.
Not pissing in these this time.
Fool me once.
You didn't get to see the second half, the first half.
No, I know. It's a long first half,
Soaked.
and I'd had a lot of water on the way.
Should have bought 2 pairs of new trousers. Knew it.
The double, you got to do the double.
It just feels like waiting for your birthday to do something has gone.
But it's the social aspect, isn't it? It's not doing it. It's like not like you're desperate to do a 3-legged race. It'll be fun to do a 3-legged race with my friends.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about it. Yes, you can go and see Matilda on your own in the middle of the day with no one around, but that's not really a birthday, is it?
In the middle of the day, the matinee.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining,
really
yeah.
scary.
Oh, lunchtime's my piss time. Oh no. I just feel like,
Is that what you want, to go see Matilda? Is that your darkest desire?
No, I've seen it.
Because crucially, he's a big boy. You should know this about Tom.
Did you like it?
His birthday's not till December, but he's already seen Matilda. That's the kind of life he has.
No, literally, the family on the train that I was on yesterday were on their way to see do Natural History Museum and Matilda the musical.
Oh,
What a trip. What a day.
And it wasn't any of their birthdays, or was it?
No, it's just half term off to London they went.
Oh.
See, that's great.
Yeah. So for a brief part of the train trip, I was like, I felt like I was part of the family, and
Did you go
then very sadly at Paddington had to let them leave. And I realised, I've invested too much in this trip, and I was like, have a nice time. And they were like, yeah. Who were you again?
Did you chat to them? Did you say, oh, that would be good, the big dinosaur?
Yeah, loads of that.
Her
yeah.
name is Mrs. Trunchbull. That's good. Come on, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That is.
I made myself laugh whilst I started saying it as well.
Is that going in the whip?
That's going
That's
in.
going in the whip.
That's going in. Do you think that
Go on.
you're more anti-birthday because you have you're with child,
I'm with child, thank you. Thanks for noticing.
and you're like, you also have to do all the regimen of like half-term school holidays. Like your calendar has quite a lot of dates in it,
I'm very pro other people's birthdays.
just not your own.
Yeah, and particularly with your kids. Like when you're a parent, the only thing about your birthday when you're a parent is it's an event for your kids. So the biggest thing is for them to go, it's Dad's birthday. And that means get a cake and they can help make cards. Anything outside of that, what are you up to? It's like, you want to go cinema, go when you can. You don't have to do it for your birthday, mate.
You don't have to get your kids
You're
to buy you a new pair of trousers.
But it's like, yeah, you get to go, oh, you've bought me this. Lovely. It's for them.
Yeah, but here's
So
the
it's
thing.
like, it's
a
not
bit
for
like,
me.
it's right. Every single stag do you go on, right? Every single stag do you go on, people say, we wouldn't do this otherwise.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to do this, right?
Yes.
And
That's
every
where the
stag do's, they're all like, well, let's do this every year.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
weddings as well. You know what?
Yeah.
We went to a wedding a few years ago. They were like, every year we're coming back here the same weekend to the same venue and we're gonna have a party. Hasn't happened. Of course it hasn't happened.
Really?
Because you need the big event, and that's where the birthday comes into play.
Mm.
If you said to everyone, I'm organising a trip to Matilda, who's coming, it would seem weird. But if you said, I'm going to see Matilda from Pappy, it would seem weird as well. As I finished, as I saw the end of the sentence cresting on the horizon, I thought, oh god,
Abort,
this is an
abort.
escape room. There's no getting out of. Abort! So I'm in the ante room, guys. Let me out.
Like I spoke to someone the other day, that thing about the wedding weekend, who was actually doing it.
Really?
They were like, what are you doing this weekend? And they were like, oh, it's really weird, actually. We did a wedding last year and we said how great it is and let's do this every year. And so someone booked it and we're all going back. And it was like, we haven't spoken in a year. I don't know, like 4 of the couples going. It's going to be quite odd because we're just going back. And I was like, no, no one's ever done it. Like, they're doing it. And it's
Wow.
like, because it is a thing. But like, I don't know. It's like, I just feel like it just gets less when you're like, oh, it's my fucking 30th birthday, or even it's your 27th birthday. When you're 43 and you go, it's my 43rd birthday. Do you want to come to the arts centre? No.
Well, when I was organising this sports day, I did have someone message me saying, sorry, I can't make your birthday sports day. And I thought, do I correct them? And I said, oh, it's not actually a birthday. And she said, what?
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm busy.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's less
I'm not
pressure on
sorry,
them.
I'll come.
There's less pressure like on people to attend if it's not your birthday. 'Cause like they don't have. There's no reason, is there?
That's why you can't get people. You've got to
So no
rebrand
one's
it.
coming.
I've got to
we've
rebrand it as a
100 quid
birthday.
prize.
100 quid
And it's my
prize.
birthday.
And it's a pilot.
Oh, and also say you've got a terminal disease. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
Say,
I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Aren't we all in a way?
But I've got the antidote, and if you win, if you find enough peas, you'll get the antidote.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to feel really good about this
Yeah,
party.
it's great.
I'm starting to feel
I've
really
just remembered I'm
positive
busy
about
then.
it.
Yeah, I won't be able to come,
Hey.
sadly. But Tom's well up for it.
Matilda the musical starts right about then, I'm afraid. I guess.
Tom puts on his trousers.
Nothing else, just the trousers.
Were you good at sports day at school?
No.
Do you
I
have
wasn't
happy memories
sporty.
about it?
No. I don't have any memory of it, really. I think I've become more later in life sporty. I wasn't sporty at school, didn't feel like I was like able to be, because it was quite cool to be sporty.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true across all schools, but like the sporty
I
people
think
tended to be cool, and I wasn't in that group. But now I've started like I play football,
Okay.
find the P. I'm a bit of an Olympian.
The two major sports, yeah.
I'm a bit of an Olympian.
Olympian.
Yes. Ow. My own strength.
I've told you this before, but on my sports day, the PE teacher who hated me because I was a little cunt, basically, and I hated sports. He said to me and my friend, I've given you an access all areas pass to the rest of the school. You can go anywhere you like in the rest of the school. And so a teacher was walking through the quad and saw me and my friend Paul jumping on one of the tables. And they said, what's going on? And we went, oh, we've got an access all areas pass to the rest of the school. And he went, well, that's not a thing. And I was like, yeah, it is. I've got an access. He's like, where's this pass? He's like, well, Mr. Archer gave it to us. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. We were like going to the staff room having a wander around and stuff. But he was like, he was basically just keep these two as far away from my special day as possible. It doesn't matter
That's
what they
brilliant.
do.
Wow.
And I mean, a brilliant move from a very thick man.
Yeah.
But crucially, to much thicker kids.
Yeah. And also, access all areas doesn't necessarily mean you can do everything in all those
That's
areas.
a good point.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
super
but there was no terms and conditions. He didn't say you couldn't jump on the tables. Also, sad. What a saddo. Oh, we
Which
can do
one?
anything. Let's jump on the tables.
Yeah, it's hard to know what to do in those
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah.
And we're like just before GCSE age. So we're like sort of, old enough to not be excited by the concept of jumping on a
just
table.
for GCSE age. That's so much older than I was imagining
Yeah.
you in this story.
We were like 15.
I was imagining you at
We were like 15,
around 9.
maybe. Yeah,
Crosby
no,
is
no, no.
always so much more older than you imagine him, isn't he? That's his thing.
Yeah.
My thing was when I was in, and I think I've told you this before on the pod, but I was in like second year of primary school, and the teacher said, I'm going to trust you to be in the classroom on your own. Because I can't remember why, but I had an hour, like I was there for like half an hour or something in the classroom on my own. And I remember thinking, what do I do now? What can I do? Like, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
So I went over to the tap and I got some water in my mouth. And then I walked to the back of the class and knelt down and spat the water on the floor underneath the shelf. I like went...
And the guy said, no, listen, this is the ante room for the escape room, okay?
And like, that was my transgression.
rebellion.
I was like, that's what I'll do. But it's...
So you just like sort of
You
drooled
just
on the
moved
floor.
some water.
Yeah, I just took some water in my mouth and spat it at the back of the room. Well, you don't really know what.
Yeah,
you don't really know.
You
how
don't want to do
do
anything.
That was my most rebellious act at primary school, and I still think about it all the time. As like, shouldn't have done that.
Really?
I think like,
Well, the
why-
school flooded after that. Didn't it?
It's like Mr. Stegel trusted you, man, and you did that.
Do you think it was because he trusted you that you were like, I have to prove him wrong? And
Well, I
that
just
I
thought,
am-
I've got to do
Gotta
something.
have a bit of edge to
Yeah.
me,
Yeah, a bit of edge, but I didn't even use it for bragging rights. Thank God. Like I didn't tell anyone. Until now. Like I didn't go like to my
And we
mates
think it's really
afterwards.
cool.
I gobbed under that shelf. Look, there's a little pool of water.
I think you must have known even at the time that's not a good story. See that shelf over there? Don't tell anyone.
Well, yeah. Just Spat the water out.
That's really, really hard to wrap my head around that.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Were there other things that you were like, did you reject other things first? Like, doing like a little bit of graffiti, like under a desk or something that no one would see? Or
Jump on top of
Back
it.
of
jump on a desk, of course, that's my number one. That's straight off the top of the
4
desk.
years later, I scrawled "Praise God for Jarvis" at the back of church.
Yeah, on the back of a pew.
Church, you defiled
So
the
it was a
church.
gateway. It was a
so
gateway
that
act.
was like, but that I thought was funny. I
Yeah.
thought there was something funny about that, and it was just for me and Clark.
How did you scroll it? You a super soaker?
Took the communion wine.
Yeah. Who's that sucking in the baptismal font? Get your face out of it, Parry.
What was the most rebellious act you did at primary school?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's rebellious. It's probably more of like a cry for help. But in reception, there was a rumour going around. Well, it wasn't rumour. It was the staff told us, the teachers told us, someone's been stealing stuff from people's lunch boxes. So whoever it is, stop doing it and please return the stuff. And so that day, I think I wanted to be part of it. So I removed some items from my lunchbox and said to the teacher, "They've struck again."
Wow!
And then I guess this is also, by the way, this is really embarrassing. I know that. And then I was at my desk and I said, "You can even check my desk." And they did, and it was all in there because I just put it in my desk. And I thought I was double bluffing.
Oh, like they
And they were like, "We don't need to check your desk. We trust you, Anya."
I thought they'd be like, "We know, don't worry, we're not going to put you through, given what you've been through so far. Obviously, this is
So
all
you were
really hard."
5, basically, when
Yeah,
you did this.
yeah, fresh off the parents' divorce, of course.
Oh, of course. Well,
Yeah.
that'll do.
That's why you're going to be putting a baby bell in your desk.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Child psychologist.
Nicking your own sandwiches. That's the first sign that they're taking it
After the
hard.
baby.
Yeah.
Bell.
I think that has also stayed with me.
It does.
To my core. And I did do a gig the other day where there was a woman from the reception class who was the teacher's assistant in the audience, and I asked her if she remembered it. She said no. So that was quite
Okay.
Yeah,
a relief.
Why was she?
Well, I guess I kind of thought I'd become like law.
Yeah.
You'd broken the law, is what you'd done.
Well, also, she
What
was too
law
busy
is it?
stealing from people's lunchboxes, wasn't she?
No, I didn't even do that, guys. I just wanted to be part of something. I guess that's probably because there's no community anymore in this society. I was just trying to be part of something bigger than myself. There's no
Guess that's why
religion.
you're organising sports days as well.
Yeah. Just trying to replace the church because you scrawled all over the back of it.
I remember those moments though in assembly when they would say, "This has been happening." They'd often say as well, "We know who it is, and we want them to come forward." They didn't
know, did they?
Yeah, which I hated that because I got busted by that when I
You put yourself in.
No, my friends did. Right.
They ratted you out.
They ratted the whole gang out. But I didn't know because here's what happened. We were in the we taking advantage of our access to all areas pass, and we were in the science labs during a lunch break. We weren't supposed to be in there, and we decided to. We should have. We could have died. We decided to cover a fountain pen in tinfoil and stick it in a plug socket. Of course we did. So we did that, and we short circuited the entire science block.
Wow.
And then anyway, the next day I was.
Whose idea was that?
That was my idea. I mean, I say we. I did it.
Really? How did you come up with that idea?
Well, it was a Tuesday and we jumped on the desks on a Monday, so I was sort of out of ideas,
Jumped
really,
on
basically.
the. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about like DJing.
I jumped on the
Jumped on the desk.
Do you want to jump on the desk?
Shorted the lab on Tuesday.
I mean, but to look at Pappy's, you would think Matthew wouldn't be the big rebel, really.
Why?
But maybe the quiet
Why then?
quiet psycho, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
I think
the
that
pen
was
in
it.
the socket. Like
Yeah, that's
something
not. It's not really rebellious, is it? Because like, what you're rebelling against, the concept of your own life.
What have you got?
Being alive. You know what? I'm going to rebel against being alive, guys. Anyway, watch this. I don't think that it was. I don't know what.
Did it
was.
shock you?
Shock you there,
when my friends ratted me out the next day. So the next day they did an assembly, but I was unwell. So I wasn't in.
You were.
You burnt
You
to
were
a crisp.
shitting ink, weren't you? Shitting electric
I was
ink.
half man, half pen. Yeah, I could write with my nose.
Firing lightning.
So I was unwell the next day. I came in the day after, and they said, "Oh, by the way, they did an assembly yesterday. They said they know who it is." And I was like, the oldest trick in the book from the
And,
teachers.
but also, if you had been there, they'd have been like, we can't rat Crosby out. He's right here.
Yeah. So they
Whilst you're
they
away.
they came forward and said it was we were the guys that were in the science that we all got in trouble. We all got sat in detentions as a result.
But it was you.
It was me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is I was enough of a criminal mastermind to see through the goddamn narcs. You know, I wouldn't have ratted myself in.
So I ratted my best friend. It was the demise of the Hands Down Club. We had a club called the Hands Down Club.
Yeah.
We were allowed in the school library in primary school. And
Because you were hands down the coolest kids in school.
That's what the Hands Down Club did, is we made signs saying the Hands Down Club in library.
Yeah.
And they said, you can be in here, you can make your signs, it's really nice. The one thing you can't do is turn the gas fire on. And they said, that's all, just don't turn the gas fire on, it's not safe. And the second they closed the door, Shaps went, lads, I'm sticking the gas fire on. And it was like, oh, God. You don't have to do that.
And you were like, can't we just carry a bit of gas in our mouths over to this shelf? blow it into this little hole.
So many shelves in that library. They're not going to wet themselves.
I was like, is that what you're saying, Tom?
I think he's trying to say woodlands.
So, yeah. And they came back in and they said, we can smell gas if you had the fire on. Neil said no. Rich Ward said no. Shaps said no. And I said, yeah, Shaps put the fire on.
Wow, you did it in front of them. Brutal.
In front of them, yeah.
How
And
did
you're
they
still
react?
mates as well. Shaps is still your friend,
Shaps is still
even
my
after
best
that
mate.
betrayal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I sold Shaps out down the river a good couple of times. There was that one, and then there was watching Sliver at his sleepover, which I know I've talked about before, where I told my parents they were planning to watch a Sharon Stone film called Sliver, where Sharon Stone got naked, and I went home and told my mum and dad, and so I had to ring Shaps and say I can't come to your sleepover if you're going to watch Sliver. So yeah, so we didn't watch Sliver. And,
you went and they had to change the film.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, it was amazing because Shaps came into school on the Monday and said, lads, I've got Sliver. And everyone went, oh my God. And it was like, we're going to watch Sliver. And I went home and said to mum and dad, if I go to Shaps' on Friday night, they're going to watch Sliver. And they said, well, then you can't go. So I had to ring Shaps. And my mum and dad were listening down the other end of the phone. I had to ring Shaps and say, listen, I'm really sorry, but I've told my mum and dad about Sliver. And he went, oh, Parry, what are we going to do with you? And I said, well, if you watch Sliver, I can't come. And he went, all right, leave it with me. And then on the Tuesday morning,
How old was this guy?
He was
He's got the energy of a fixer. I imagine even at like 8
I'll
or
see
9
what I
years
can
old.
do.
Yeah,
I'll talk to some of the lads. We'll see what we can
I'll
sort
have
out.
to move some money around, but I can sort it, boy. I can sort it.
He'd get you out the escape room, put it that way. Like, okay. Yeah, move that bookshelf. There's a fucking fire exit there.
Yeah.
But
The way we do it, we don't even have to go in. Don't worry about it.
he went into school the next day and got all the lads round and went, I'm really sorry to have to tell you this, lads, but my parents found Sliver and they've confiscated
Oh, that's so nice.
Fell on his own sword.
it. Yeah.
Oh my
He said-
God, that's
so he
really
said,
moving.
there'll be no Sliver. Yeah.
He didn't rat you out, even though you ratted him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's like a biblical parable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bible parable.
So then fast forward 3 years. Is this redemption? We were in the portable classroom, you know, those kind of portable, not quite buildings that you have.
yeah.
And we were dicking around at registration. I know, we were talking about Wolves losing and Shaps went, fucking, we lost again. And he punched a hole in the wall.
Yeah, Shaps is a dark horse.
He was Rorschach.
Yeah, exactly.
that's right.
It's mad that you crossed him. It's absolutely mad that you crossed him twice.
He punched a hole in the wall and we covered it up with a piece of A4 paper and thought no one would. And it was where we sat, basically, in the corner.
That was the day you went from the hands down club to the hands through walls club. Yeah. You had to make a sign.
And the head of year caught up with me during the day and said, we think we know that Chris Sharples punched a hole in that wall, did he? And I said, no, I didn't rat him out for the first time in my life. I didn't rat him out.
I thought you were going to say it was you.
Oh my God.
That's
not redemption, no. That's
no.
not redemption.
It was Sharon Stone, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you're such a rat.
I know, yeah.
Starting to understand why you don't want to come to sports day.
yeah. And then there we go. It evens out, I think. He started play fighting with me in front of the head of sixth form and it cost me being head boy. And he held his hand up about that. So I do feel like we broke out even in the end.
Oh, because he took that opportunity away from you.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can never have that back.
No.
Yeah,
And
he became head boy
for that.
It was a fight to the death, and he's there. It's like Tom's gone limp, Fight Club style, and he's still pounding away. Who's the head boy?
Yeah. But I was the rat, yeah. I was the rat.
You were the rat.
Yeah.
Who's the rat in this three?
Oh, absolutely me.
Do you think?
I'm a rat now. Yeah. But more the facial features than anything else.
Still, such a youthful looking rat.
Thank you. Yes,
You
very
really
much.
look
Yeah,
like
the skateboarding rat, they call me.
Here's the tricky thing for me is you're raised by your parents to tell the truth. And that it's really important to tell the truth.
Yes.
And especially, and also we had a very Christian upbringing where it was like, you do what your mum and dad tell you and you tell the truth. And my parents never said, don't tell the truth if it costs your friends a problem.
This is the crucial thing.
So I was raised to tell the truth, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I thought I was being good.
Yeah.
So obviously in hindsight, you learn that you're not.
Yeah.
That's not what I was taught. And I found that to be a grey area.
I had older brothers and they taught me that
Oh,
message.
yeah.
So I was like that until my older brothers got older me and were like, no, you don't do
Don't
that.
rat out on us.
You don't. It's basically that, yeah.
Yeah.
We were running up the wrong side of the escalator. I got caught.
Well, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. That's real
We got
training.
told off by a security guard.
The ultimate escape
I got
room.
caught and I was like, they did it as well. And my brothers afterwards took me to one side and was like, you never do that.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Else we'll beat you up.
Yeah.
It's a different lesson, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but it is.
No, yeah, it is. That's the lesson
Stitches
you
get
need to be taught.
snitches get stitches. Whitland.
Thank you for listening and watching simultaneously to the end of that. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe somewhere down below and leave a comment in the comment section.
Absolutely. Also, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Pappy's Flatshare, where we've got loads of additional content. It's amazing on there.
It is amazing, yes. And if you'd like to come and see us live, then go to pappyscomedy.com/live for tickets to all of our live Flatshare slam downs across the country. They're always in London.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.